Assassin's Creed wants to be more like Fortnite, and Marvel is done with big multi-movie deals. All that and so much more in this week's Entertainment Roundup. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome to That Freaking Geek, and today I'll be covering all the entertainment news from movies to TV series to video games. Talking about video games, let's get right into it. A lot of KIF stuff happened this week, and one of the big headlines this week is the fact that Assassin's Creed is moving into a games-like service in the future. Bloomberg reported that they want to take what basically made Fortnite and GTA Online so successful and bring that to the Assassin's Creed world. What that means is that we're probably going to have an Assassin's Creed kind of world that keeps changing like the Fortnite world does with different seasons. However, Bloomberg did report that they want to try and recreate the Fortnite success, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's only going to be an online multiplayer game. I think a lot of people have made a lot of false statements, me included, that it would be a multiplayer only. What in actual fact might happen is that there probably will be multiplayer online features, but will be still a narrative-driven experience that keeps changing, hence the name of it, Assassin's Creed Infinity. However, what makes me a little nervous is that once they kind of took their two biggest teams to go work on this game, a lot of employees were not happy about it, and there is rumors that some of the employees actually stepped down considering this new direction. I don't know what exactly is going on here, but I'm still, it's Assassin's Creed. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, and all my Assassin's Creed stuff around me. I absolutely love the franchise, and so I'm a little bit worried, especially given that a lot of employees are bummed about this. But this is only expected to come out in the way future, like 2024. So hopefully we get one more big Assassin's Creed game before that. But that's all we know right now. And so once again, grain of salt, wait until it actually comes out. The next biggest news has to be the fact that Nintendo finally announced their next Nintendo Switch. And this time it's called the OLED model. It's kind of a dumb name. It's literally called Nintendo Switch in brackets OLED model. It's a really, really dumb name. But what this basically means is that it brings a bunch of upgrades. That includes an OLED screen, which will mean a brighter, more vibrant color screen, which is quite cool. And then little upgrades such as double the storage, which is only 64 gigabytes. A new kind of kickstand for the Switch, so that's quite nice. A new dock, and that will come with an Ethernet port, which is quite cool. But the thing with this is that there's not a lot of incentive to get this new Switch, considering that it only really upgrades the screen and the actual handheld version of this. And so people like me who use it in dock mode probably won't get a lot of benefits. A lot of people thought this was the much rumored Pro Switch that would come with maybe 4K kind of graphics, or maybe even just a performance boost with the frame rate. The problem with that is that even like Breath of the Wild, even those kind of big games, that they had a huge drop in frame rates within this original Switch. And so I would have preferred something like that for me to be interested in it, but because it's only like little kind of eye stuff, like very like little stuff, like I don't know how much I would be interested in something like that. The biggest thing with this is that it's $50 more. And you think the PS5 is bad when it comes to the exchange rate? If you look at it right now, $300 for a Nintendo Switch is 8,000 Rand in South Africa, which is ridiculous because that's $260 more. So add another $50, you're probably looking at 10,000 Rand, which is utterly ridiculous for what it is. And so the thing is that I would probably then recommend just getting a digital PS5, because seriously, that is really ridiculous here in South Africa. But it's still, I think the new design looks cool, but this isn't the Switch Pro that I was hoping for. Moving on, PlayStation had its State of Play this month. And this kind of State of Play, a lot of people were expecting, oh, maybe we'll get a God of War sequel gameplay, or maybe we'll get more Breath of the Wild. No, they literally took our expectations and our hype and crushed it. They're like, no, we're only focusing on indie games and some Deathloop gameplay. And that's exactly what we got. If you're into indie games, then cool, you've got that. Congratulations. But what I was most excited for was Deathloop gameplay. And every time when I see this game, at this point, I feel like I've seen enough. Like, it should have been out by now, but I think every time I see it, it gets me more and more excited. And it looks really, really kiff. And it is PS5 console exclusive. It is coming to PC the same day. But a lot of people are asking, what is happening considering that Bethesda, who makes this game, is owned by Xbox. And so what we got at the end of the trailer, and small writing right at the end of the last 2 seconds, was that it is only for a year that this exclusive rights is to PlayStation. And so next year, September, it will be coming to Xbox Game Pass. And so that's really cool to know, but I love how it's like a little information at the bottom. That's so PlayStation. Moving on to movies and TV series news, Marvel dropped its What If trailer, and it looks absolutely incredible. And this series is literally asking, what if? What if Peggy Carter became Captain America and became the super soldier we all know and love? What if Tony Stark was saved by Killmonger by that missile that hit him and hurt his heart? What if that didn't happen? What if Black Panther was saved by Yondu and taken on a space trip and become Star-Lord himself? Talking of, this will be Chadwick Boseman's last performance, and so that alone should be enough for you wanting to go watch the series. The problem is that we in South Africa cannot watch Disney Plus, but I know some of you will find a way. Marvel is done with big multi-deal contracts for actors. So yeah, they're not done with big multi-deal movies, but they are done with multi-movie contracts for actors. I think they want to maybe kind of move away from having these contracts that kind of chain their actors into a lot of movie deals, and actually want actors who want to be part of the franchise and actually like keen to doing as many as Marvel needs them to do. I think this is quite a kiff kind of thing, especially for actors, so they don't feel like they have to do 12 movies and 3 phases of movies, but instead can focus on what they want to do and then move on if they need to. However, I think this is more of a benefit for Marvel, so they're not stuck with any actors that they found out along the way actually they're terrible, but I can't really think of any actors right now that they would be thinking that. But maybe you can think of someone, put it in the comment section. But I thought it was quite interesting that Kevin Feige, the head of Marvel, was saying. And last off, to end off the entertainment news, Witcher Season 2 finally has a release date, and it's December 17th. We also got a really kiff teaser trailer, and I just want to say, it's looking incredibly crisp. I cannot wait for this. I really enjoyed The Witcher 3, and so I'm really into the series. But apparently, a lot of people who don't even know the franchise that well really enjoyed Season 1 because it literally got the same kind of viewership as Stranger Things, like it's up there. And so I think I'm not the only one who's excited for this series. I can't wait for it when it comes out at the end of the year. And that is the entertainment roundup for the week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, why don't you hit that subscribe button? If you're watching on Instagram, hit that like button, hit that follow button. But thanks so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoy giving you the news. I'll see you next week. Cheers.